What's going on, y'all? It's Dewan HODL. It's Saturday, man. I hope you're outside. I'm outside getting some good weather in. Really hot when the day is probably close to 90 degrees. No, actually, I'm sorry, closer to 100 than it is 90. And decided to step outside once the sun went down a little bit. Guys, I want to share something with you that I was thinking about that maybe a lot of you who are holding various cryptocurrencies are not thinking about, and just wanted to maybe bring this to the forefront. But of course, number one thing to do is stack sats, meaning stack the smallest unit of Bitcoin that is available for you to purchase. And you can do that through HODL on a peer-to-peer decentralized exchange. So with HODL, all you have to do is sign up using a email address and a password. And there's no real KYC or anything like that that's going to be done with that. On top of that, with HODL, you can couple that with the use of the cold wallet. Now, with that cold wallet, what you would do is it's decentralized, and all you can do with it is just store Bitcoin only. So something that's Bitcoin only, you're going to use a open source wallet because it's the safest way. You don't have to worry about the creators of that wallet out there doing certain things behind closed doors, doing certain upgrades and so forth. Let's get into it. So it's getting active, y'all, and that's how energy works, right? When you out and about, that's when people come around. You know, people typically come around and they do certain things. They want your attention. They want to see who you are and what you're about, but you got to protect your energy. And that's what Bitcoin does, by the way. And that's why I say protect your energy through a decentralized peer-to-peer exchange, because your energy can get zapped by peering eyes, by government regulators, by the IRS, whoever else who is trying to keep tabs on your holdings that you get from these centralized exchanges. Also, you can protect your energy by keeping a cold storage wallet. That's why I always talk about these two things. Anyways, I wanted to bring something to y'all's attention. If you're holding various cryptocurrencies, then you want to think about the environment. You want to think about the context that you're currently in. I'm going to take a walk around. I'm going to do a lap around on this one so you guys can get a view, a little bit of where I'm at. Chilling today. This shirt right here, I think some of y'all know what that is. Bitcoin company. And so the environment is that this is an institution's playground now. And I know that a lot of people don't want to admit to that, but they can't deny it, because look at the price of your assets. Look at the price suppression of these altcoins and a Bitcoin. If you don't think that's institutional work, if you don't think that's fiat money printing work, any type of governing body, then you're sadly mistaken. Bitcoin, for instance, has all the fundamentals to be at 100,000 right now, with soaring inflation, with a slowing economy, with war, with the dollar, the global reserve currency, the dollar being under threat. Then, you know, it only makes sense for Bitcoin to be at 100,000, not to mention all-time highs in hash power in a number of wallets that are holding more Bitcoin. You also have an unknown wallet who has accumulated, I don't know how many, like $250 billion worth of, 250 billion or 25 billion worth, of Bitcoin in a matter of 3 months. And you got Michael Saylor, you got all these other entities buying. So not to mention you have BlackRock. And if you guys believe, like I believe, that BlackRock is I guess you could say, the silent hand behind government policy, behind the financial systems around the world, then you have to think of it like this. Do you think that they're going to go into this space? Do you think they're going to start the asset run up, do you think they're going to allocate, like rather than them allocating what they typically allocate to real estate, which they've been buying up like crazy, and they could continue to buy up, but what if they say, all right, we're going to divert some of that money that we would put into real estate into Bitcoin, just a fraction of it, in equities, right? Everybody's probably running for the door for equities, holding cash. They may be holding gold or something like that. What if they say, I'm gonna divert some of that I'm getting out of stocks, I'm getting out of the equities, I'm getting out of some of these precious metals and going into Bitcoin, which Paul Tudor Jones, a well-respected hedge fund manager, calls Bitcoin the fastest horse in the race. So before this, you think they're not buying during suppressed prices, but you think they're really going to allow this run up to happen without clearing the way, without putting up red tape on these other crypto assets? You have to think about it like this. Some of these cryptocurrencies diverts the attention away from Bitcoin. The cross-collateralization is a problem. These exchanges such as Binance are holding a shit ton of Bitcoin, and these exchanges are unregulated offshore, and they're doing shady stuff behind the scenes. And if they slip up, they kind of becomes Bitcoin's liability price-wise, because if Binance goes down, what are they going to do? They're in a position to sell tons of Bitcoin. So if you don't think that these big players, BlackRock and everybody else, is looking to clear the runway so this thing can take off, you're sadly mistaken. So this is why I think a lot of altcoiners or shitcoiners, they're not taking consideration that this is no longer a retailer's environment or playground. The retailers are under stress and duress. You can go on the internet, on TikTok, you see people are just really complaining about, they're asking that question, how are y'all doing it out here? Like, how is this happening? How are y'all affording rent? How are y'all affording all these different things? So people, if you think retail has the disposable income to push these shit coins up in price, you're sadly mistaken. This is going to be institutional from this point on. It's institutional is running the show. So, and regulators, institutions and regulators are running the show now. And I think shitcoiners and gamblers and degen investors have given these guys all the ammunition they need to come in and bogard the way that they're doing with going into these meme coins that have pumped and dumped and lost people a lot of money, by going into these DeFi protocols that get hacked, or they end up or whoever created the protocol ends up pulling the rug. These centralized exchanges that were over leveraged and cross collateralized in so many different shit coins that they imploded and caused a massive crypto crash. They gave them all the ammunition. And so retailers, I talked to somebody today, I'm trying to tell my barber, he's 19 years old, he doesn't even know what Bitcoin is or how it works. He has a majority of his savings in the stock market, and he doesn't even know anything about the stock market. And I'm explaining to him Bitcoin, and he's skeptical on that. So you got to see the environment. Retail is dead, and a lot of them will miss the boat on this wealth transfer, or when it comes to acquiring any a respectable or sizable piece of a true scarce asset such as Bitcoin, one of the scarcest assets that are available. So you have to think about it like that in a lot of terms, So you got to think about what environment we're dealing with right now. And this is just a different playing field. It's institutions, man. So, and they're going to regulate these altcoins as securities. So anyway, let me keep this under 10 minutes. I think I've pretty much been beating a dead horse, repeating myself over and over, but I'm walking and talking. I can't tie my shoes and chew bubble gum sometimes, but it is what it is, man. I hope you guys are having a great weekend, by the way. check out them links down below if you're stacking sats. If you're doing anything else, I can't help you, but just try to give you my perspective. Till next time.